We've got a rant from Tommy that needs to come up. But before we get to Tommy's rant, I do want to quickly cover this San Francisco 49ers Los Angeles Rams game. The Rams win
Oh man.
just barely 27
Yeah.
24. We thought it was going to overtime. The 49ers, with injuries galore, piss it down their legs. I mean, you could not have asked for a better screw up than what the 49ers had given you. They're up by 3 points. The Rams come back, they tie it up. The the Rams get the ball, they piss it away. The 49ers get the ball to ice the game, and they blow it. And the Rams get the ball with 30 seconds left. Matt Stafford, beautiful passes downfield, gets them into field goal range. Not only gets them into field goal range, gets them into a chip shot with a last second pass, and they win from a rookie kicker 27-24. Just an absolute blunder from the 49ers, who not only went into this game with major injury problems. CMC, who is on injury reserve, he's not available to come back until week 6 or week 7. Then you had our boy Greg Kittle injured, didn't play at all in this game. He's out. You lose Trent Williams in the middle of the
Yeah,
game.
I saw
No
that
idea
too. That
how
was not
extensive that
good.
injury is.
Not good.
I don't know how bad it is. A big boy going down looked like a knee or an ankle issue. Could be much larger of an issue than we initially expect. We'll see what happens. Brock Purdy looking like a child out there in the second half. 49ers could not have done
Yeah.
worse in this
No.
game
No.
when it mattered the most, and they were up. All they had to do was ice it.
I would say the true test for Brock Purdy is going to come in the next few weeks. We're going to see how good of a quarterback he really is, because he's not going to have anybody he usually throws to fucking running around out there. So I
Did
think
Ayuk have any stats in this game? Because he's
Brandon
been
Ayuk,
quiet.
5 yards for 48, or 5 receptions for 48 yards, no touchdowns. He did not have a
dud.
rush. Here's the thing, Tybo. You mentioned it. I guarantee you, there has to have been nobody who played this guy. There has to have been nobody who played this guy in fantasy football. There's not a team that I believe that he would have been a starter on. Juwan
Oh,
Jennings, 11
I had him.
receptions,
I had him on my roster before the
175
season
yards,
started.
3 touchdowns.
Yep.
There's nobody in the
I look
world.
at the waiver wire in our league, and I just like I wanted to chuck my phone. I dropped Juwan Jennings earlier because of other injuries, and I needed to get a couple more running backs. I was like, fuck. I had this motherfucker on my roster.
That's a bummer. But it was an electric game if you're a Rams fan there.
Oh, it was an electric game for both sides,
Yeah, I
or
guess.
or
Yeah.
if you're not a fan of either team. I mean, it came down to the literal wire. It was
Hmm.
a last second field goal. They won with 0 seconds on the clock
But yeah, the
from a rookie
49ers
kicker.
just 49ers just pissed a game away. That's it. You just wasted a week essentially
Right
And
now,
and
in
I've
a
been saying
17
this.
week season. You wasted a week.
I've been saying
Congratulations.
this for since the preseason. When the Niners go to the Super Bowl and lose, they turn around and they have injury problems the rest of the season. Do not expect the 49ers to make the playoffs.
I want to see
Who wins the
so,
West?
Doesn't I don't care.
when the Baltimore Ravens were having all those injuries to their
That's not what
running
I asked.
backs, the players consistently graded their strength and conditioning coaches like the absolute worst, right?
What
Is
did you say?
What you just said. I'm sorry.
Did you not
Oh
hear
my
me type
God.
up?
what?
Oh, oh, oh,
What?
that hurts. And
You had like just started talking, and I said, "Well, that's not what I asked you."
he, he said, "Who wins the West?" I said, "I don't care." He goes, "That's not what I asked." Oh,
I'm not seeing the
okay.
humor in
You
this
knocked
as
my
much as
headphones
you
Oh,
out,
guys
dude.
are.
Holy shit, that was
sorry.
funny.
But
Ask
anyway,
ask your
I have a
question again. I'm
legitimate
sorry.
point to bring
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Shit,
Go ahead. Go
for
ahead.
you fuckers. I don't even fuck you guys. So, like
Oh,
I
come
said,
on.
when when the Baltimore Ravens were having all the injuries to their running backs, the players were voting their strength and conditioning coaches like Fs. They thought they were the worst in the league, right? They were overworking their guys and putting them in positions to get injured.
Oh.
Do we think there is an issue with the strength and conditioning team at the 49ers facility?
You think they fired the guy from Baltimore and the Niners hired the guy from Baltimore?
Well, no, because this is a theme for them. They go to the Super Bowl and then they have nothing but injuries the season after. So,
Is that what happened after the first time you guys beat them?
yes,
What about if they win a Super Bowl? I think
They
they've won 6.
I'll say this. I think it's a
what, the last one was
multitude.
2012, some shit like that. Congratulations.
Oh, did they
They
have a
held
bunch of
retain.
injuries that year too? Well, they had kind of injuries leading into that year because Colin Kaepernick, but like, what about like in the Joe Montana days?
It wouldn't have been Colin
Steve
Kaepernick
Young
that got
days.
hurt. It was Alex Smith. But yeah, I
I
get what
wasn't
you're
watching football back then, dude.
Okay. Well, I was
Wait,
just
what?
curious. Fuck. Sorry.
He asked about Joe Montana and if they were injured back then. Like, I don't
saying. Joe
know.
Montana.
I
I'll
said
say
Joe
this.
Montana.
I think that's a really good point you bring up because, but I think it's multitudes here because you have strength and conditioning, but I think it's also potentially a nutritional issue because those are two things that go hand in hand. So whoever their dietitian is and whoever their strength and conditioning slash medical staff, because it's different for football than it is for football. Yes, I think that is whatever whoever is heading that staff, because the dietitian and
They need to switch
nutritionist
some shit up.
and whatnot, it has to be switched up. I think part of it is that, and part of it is you just have injury prone players, guys who are consistently going to be injured. It doesn't matter because we've seen them come from other situations in which they're also consistently injured. Look at Christian McCaffrey, constantly injured, comes to the Niners. Now what happens? Constantly injured. It's a multitude of things going on. You get guys in who don't know how to stay healthy, can't stay healthy, and then it's probably part of the nutrition and the strength and conditioning that they're doing there. It probably has to do a little bit with their own diet nutrition as well, outside of the facility. So the 49ers do have a problem on their hand, but they need to figure it out quick.
So the game of football is inherently fucking dangerous. Newsflash. If no one knew that, the game of football is fucking dangerous. All right? And people are gonna get fucking hurt. Sometimes it's the people you rely on
Not
the
the way they
most.
play the
Other
game
times,
nowadays. They're
it's
turning it into a bunch of
not.
sissies.
It is what it is, dude. Like fucking it's a fucking so people are going to get hurt. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when in the NFL they say. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
like yeah, it's just the all the players that they rely on are hurt right now because that's just sometimes how the fucking that's how the chips fall. That's how it is what it is. Can't really explain it. It sucks. You just got to work through it. Find someone else, next man up. Figure it the fuck out.